The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I like down in a green pasture. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepareth a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with uno oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. May I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Abba shaka shaka abba ba 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 abba I. Kadama we gromabi. Tela Igzag beer Tana istalin abba shante 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 shante. Abaka shaka shaka abba 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 shaka shaka I. How ma uso bolisa. I don't know what it was simply a four. Jakpata beda view. Monye kuo. Agbe no heavy. Megba fumato. How atanyu moe. Who you all adon. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, because we are not. We have taken sides. The side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. That is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the soles of their feet all the way up to the crowns of their heads. And then we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny. Right after the forensicity is authenticated, we make sure that we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. And remember, we are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. We are also on X, formerly called Twitter. And on TikTok, we keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of patriotism. This is the headquarters of the truth. This is the domicile of the truth. This is the address of the truth, the habitat of the truth. This is the mansion of the truth, the citadel of the truth, the hometown of the truth, the bedroom of the truth. Is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Come here! Now without much ado, my brother, my sister, we are live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Please share the broadcast so that many more people out there can be part of this. If you have not as yet, subscribe to the channel, hit on the subscription button. Right after that, you hit on the bell, the notification bell, so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. Today we have 3 very important stories to share with you. We are the home of exclusives. And today, we're going to prove a bit of that one more time, even though we don't need to. By our track record, we are sorted out already. We thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you for supporting all this while. Thank you for liking the show. And thank you so much for making it one of your daily routine activities. This is the Black Empire Media. And the show is called The Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much to Tesori Doriente. He's an Italian, oh yes, Italian technology, marrying African products, herbs, and what have you. And we have Tesori. This is Tesori D'Oriente shower gel. Now, if you want to smell Edenic, if you want to smell like the Garden of Eden, if you want to smell with confidence, if you want to smell the smell that you have been dreaming about and fantasizing all this while, it is now here. Tesori D'Oriente. Turn every shower into a royal experience with the soft, smooth, silky, and long-lasting ladder of Tesori D'Oriente. Oh my God. This is premium quality, marrying affordability. It comes in several flavors. The royal oud, the forest therapy, oh, the Persian beauty. Oh my God. What are you talking about? A little bit of it right in the middle of your palm. You shake up the water in the bath like this, and it's all a palace of foam and ladder. Enjoy yourself. Feel good under the shower. And when you step out, many might wonder if you just came out of the Garden of Eden. And the confidence will linger on up till 48 hours and beyond. Above all, it keeps your skin very smooth and beautiful. And beyond all blemishes, it also touches some nourishment to your skin. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. And remember, Tesori D'Oriente is distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. My name is Blakk Rasta, Ghana's #1, Africa's finest. If you are ready for today's show, oh, let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this, my youths. Ibrahim Traoré builds cement factory in Ghana. Oh my God. Now, the Burkinabe leader by name Ibrahim Traoré does not cease to shock the world. When he came into power, only a few years back, my brother, my sister, he shocked the world. He became the youngest leader in the world. Number 2, he started to build factories right in his country, tomato factories. He restored discipline into his country. Hitherto, Burkina Faso was a landmass of indiscipline. People could cross the road anyhow, traffic light or no traffic light. People could throw rubbish just anyhow and just anywhere. Oh my God. And when he came into power, he told them enough of the indiscipline. Now people in Burkina Faso cannot just cross the road just anyhow, or else you will spend the rest of the day cleaning dirty gutters and cleaning the streets of Ouagadougou and beyond. The power of Ibrahim Traoré. He is surrounded by so much mysteries. He never goes anywhere without his powerful spiritualist who is always in a car praying for him. Once in a while, he shows his face. Ibrahim Traoré. Ibrahim Traoré is also a man who loves spirituality. And he is from the school of thought of Thomas Sankara. So he's a Sankarist. That is him. Round the doors here. Let me tell the people more about this wonderful guy here called Ibrahim Traoré. Come here. Now watch this. Ibrahim Traoré overthrew Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Sandaogo Damiba in a military coup on September 30, 2022. Now Damiba himself, my brother, my sister, overthrew a democratically elected president of the country. And this is Damiba, Sandaogo Damiba. Ibrahim Traoré said, no, we cannot allow the army to be so indisciplined. Why did you overthrow a president who was democratically elected? And he overthrew this man after a few months in power. Now he's working to bring Burkina Faso back on a footing of democracy. Round the doors here. Now, Ibrahim Traoré, yes, was born on the 14th of March in 1988. And he was born in Kera, in Bondukui, Mohun province, inside Burkina Faso. Now, he studied geology at the University of Ouagadougou, now Université Joseph Kizerbo, from 2006 to 2010, 4 years of geology studies. He's a captain in the Burkina Faso army, and he has not increased his ranks like most military leaders do. Now he's the interim president of Burkina Faso and president of the Confederation of Sahel. What is the Confederation of Sahel? It's simple. Different former French colonies coming together to chase out France and embrace true independence. Niger, Burkina Faso, and more. This is not the first time France will be chased out of Africa. We remember Guinea. Oh yes, under Ahmed Sékou Touré. Nkrumah had to go in there and give so much money to the people of Guinea because France had picked up almost everything it brought into the country, including blocking all drainage systems, pouring in raw concrete. That was how wicked France was to Ahmed Sékou Touré's Guinea. Today, we are looking at Ibrahim Traoré. He's built a number of tomato factories right there in his country, and unprecedentedly, he has restored the national airline. Now we have Air Burkina Faso, right there in Burkina Faso. For so many years, they never had a national carrier. And the people of Burkina Faso love him. But information reached us that Ibrahim Traoré is trying to build a cement factory right there in Burkina Faso. And in Burkina Faso, he realized that he would not be able to get the right raw materials. What raw materials do you need in the cement factory? One of the key raw materials is clinker. In Ghana, we have clinker. Clinker in so many different areas of Ghana. Bongoda is one such places where you can find that. And some other places right here in Ghana and beyond. Cement production in Ghana has been ongoing for a very long time. We all remember Gassem cement. We also remember recently Jata cement and much more. We are not Ninos when it comes to cement production. Ibrahim Traoré doesn't have so much knowledge about cement production. So we saw a huge building all of a sudden springing up in Tema, Community 1, right opposite the GNPC. And when we went into the thing, the rumor came out that no, this is Ibrahim Traoré building a cement factory right in the heart of the CBD of Ghana's Tema. So we took a trip. Here we are on the street, not too far away from the GNPC. And this is the Meridian. Oh my God. Lord God have mercy. Nkrumah built that one. And we saw how the cars were running through the Harmattan wind. And we saw some Burkina Faso trucks loaded with materials. Oh my God. And it was so cold early in the morning. But we resisted the temptation to fold back and run back. This is the GMPC building. Now, panning the camera, you'll see a blue roof. That is the blue roof there. My brother, my sister, and we are told that this is the cement factory that Ibrahim Traoré is building in Ghana. A lot of Burkinabe trucks loaded right in front of the supposed factory, right here in Ghana. We decided that we'll go into the factory, but we were not permitted. This is the roof. But we had our own way of stealing some shots just for you. This is supposed to be part of the factory. And when you look at it, it is fast building and coming up. Look at what is being built there. And time after time, you would see Burkina branded cars coming into the area. And we are told Ibrahim Traoré is the mastermind of this, and it's supposed to be a cement factory. My brother, my sister, look at how work is moving so fast. Look how the building is so strong, full of energy. And we spoke to a few people around. They didn't seem to know exactly what it was. And when we tried to speak to some of the workers on this building, all they could tell us, oh, it's a Burkina Faso project. But they couldn't tell what exactly it was. This is the factory we are talking about. Ibrahim Traoré, is he truly building a cement factory in Ghana? Now, dash it away and come here. Now, I am excited if this is the thing. If one country in Africa can move and establish a factory in another African country, that is unprecedented. I've never heard of that. I don't know about Ghana building a cocoa factory in Ethiopia. I have never heard about Ethiopia going to Togo to build a coffee industry there or factory. For the first time, if this is anything to go by, then it is revolutionary. My brother, my sister, can you imagine other African countries springing up factories in different African countries? That first and foremost is going to bring about unprecedented unity and peace. You know why? If I know I have a big investment in your country, there's no way I will antagonize you any day, any time. Am I making sense? If you know that you have a certain big investment in Ghana, it's a cement factory that is worth about $1 billion American dollars. Would you ever drop a bomb in Ghana? Would you ever try to step on the toes of Ghanaians in your country? Burkina Faso? No way. This was what Nkrumah was talking about. Nkrumah wanted to go all the way to the Congo Valley and change the whole Sweet Valley into the basket of food for the whole of the sub-region, and even export some to make Africa food self-sufficient. Ibrahim Traoré is encouraging me and making me have so much hope that Africa is about to see fresh days, better days. So many Burkina trucks have been going to the area, carrying building materials, and so on and so forth. And the information reaching us is simple. The outfit or the edifice belongs to Ibrahim Traoré's Burkina Faso. Now we ask further questions. Is it his personal project, or it is a project in the name of Burkina Faso? And the answer, your guess is as good as mine, is for the people of Burkina Faso. He's not doing anything personal for himself. Can you imagine the day this factory is going to be opened? Cement factory right here in Ghana, owned by Burkina Faso. How many people will be employed right in this country because of that cement factory? Can Ghana also initiate a certain tomato factory in a country around Africa which is very, very, very much noted for tomato production. Maybe even in Burkina Faso. Let's look at the strength of different countries in Africa and then fall on these strengths and build an industry that will benefit the people of Africa. Should Africa continue like this, there is no way Africa would depend on the IMF or the World Bank for any kind of aid. It will be the end to any form of aid coming to Africa. It will be the end to the one-time borrowing. It will be an end to begging. To Ibrahim Traoré, I doff my hat and I want to say thank you so much for choosing Ghana. If this is true, that this factory is a Burkinabe-owned factory, a cement factory that is supposed to feed Africa, I am overly excited. We tried to speak with a few officials of the country, but everybody seemed to be tight-lipped. We know how to break through and get the information. We're going to follow up on this story. But remember where you first heard it. Right here. Blakk Empire Media. The show is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Congratulations to Ibrahim Traoré. Congratulations to the people of Ghana, to the people of Burkina Faso. This was the dream of Sankara, dream of Kwame Nkrumah, dream of our great Pan-African leaders. And Burkina Faso has taken the lead. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Wayo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blakk Pot, Kukushodemo.
It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Remember, here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Yes, please share the broadcast. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't as yet, and hit on the notification button. Thank you so much to Tesori d'Oriente. Make sure you grab your own story. Number 2. Watch this. Mahama silences opposition jokers in parliament. I call them jokers because they are not serious. They don't seem to have Ghana at heart. It looks like the Ghanaian parliament is a circus where comedians meet to tell jokes that are not funny. Have you ever been frustrated by a comedian who is not funny? You are doing all you can to laugh, yet the jokes are not funny. If you are not careful, you would have diarrhea and dysentery. That is what is seemingly happening in the Ghanaian parliament. Apart from the fact that we saw them punching each other, squeezing the testicles of each other under tables, breaking the legs of tables and microphones. Apart from seeing them chew ballot paper, all because they realized that their side was losing in a certain small in-house voting. We have seen the Ghanaian parliament show a number of times that it is not a serious parliament. You are representing constituencies. Be serious. If you are not ready to represent constituencies and people, the lives of people, some of these MPs, their presence in the parliament house is tantamount to life and death situations. Some people depend on their MPs for their livelihoods. Some depend on their members of parliament, my brother, my sister, to have life go round for them. Yet, some of our MPs do not seem to be serious. And that is what hurts me. Today, the president had the State of the Nation address. Constitutionally, he is supposed to be speaking to the parliament. At the same time, to the people of the republic. So, he decided to go to the Parliament House of Ghana. And he arrived in pomp and pageantry. The police came around. In fact, it was beautiful. The president had the whole place painted beautifully with his presence. We saw the motorcade. We saw the horses that were riding. Oh, we also saw the marching. And then the president himself was driven in a car, surrounded by white horses, running all over the place in tight security. Oh, the police were also standing. Oh my God, very well dressed, as the president arrived right in front. The door to his car was opened with a huge smile and a big salute, my brother, my sister, on the face of the policeman responsible. Oh my God, the whole place had an atmosphere that was more than just beautiful. The president stepped out in his beautiful brown fugu with a cap to match, and he took a brisk walk after the salute and all that. Oh my God. He greeted the people, waved at them, and was ready to take the walk right into the Parliament House. While the marching was going on, the president is not a soldier, so he was walking, unlike President Rawlings, who would take his time to sync with the moving of the legs and the arms. That is what is known as marching, like this man here is doing. The president took it easy. My brother, my sister, step after step, he walked like the civilian that he is. And there you can see him, not pretending to march. He was just walking. At a point, he wanted to even walk faster than this slow marching policeman. My brother, my sister, and the fugu was extremely beautiful. He was sending the message to the people of Zambia that, oh yes, thank you so much for admiring our beautiful fugu. And the president comes from an area where fugu making is a big business. Oh my God. And a tradition of the people. There you see the president. He was taking his own pace right there on the red carpet. And then he was ushered into the Parliament House. As he walked into the Parliament House, my brother, my sister, many were those who waved at him. Many were those who loved what he did. Oh my God. This is the President of the Republic of Ghana. His name is John Dramani Mahama. That is him. He went to the Parliament there to address the MPs. Now, when he entered the Parliament House, some MPs were dressed in black, all black, with a tint of kente like I am dressed today. If I had known this was how they were going to dress, I most probably would not have worn this. They wore black. And they had the kente mufflers around them. My brother, my sister. And their reason was simple. In Ghana, black represents sorrow, unfortunately. Kente represents our nation. That was what they did. Everybody had a pod of cocoa in his hand. As to how they got the cocoa, only God can tell. But they brought the cocoa into the Parliament House. And then the majority side also wore all white. And in Ghana, white simply stands for happiness, joyousness, and so on and so forth. Everything positive. So the house was divided into two. Those wearing black representing sorrow. Those wearing white representing happiness. We have to start working on that mentality. We cannot allow the color that represents us to be referred to as sorrowful, evil. Anytime you watch a movie and there's a demon coming out, it's signaled by darkness. Black. His face is mostly black. When you go into the English dictionary, my brother, my sister, and go to the black column, everything there is negative. The black eye, the black spot, the black male. My brother, my sister, all these things are there. Countless. And year after year, it looks like more evil tendencies are attached to black. And when you go to the white section of the English dictionary, you will see white Christmas, white winged angels. Oh, white Christmas. Oh, yes. And it looks like everything white is nothing but clean and represents happiness. It's about time we started dealing with this kind of mentality. But culturally, Ghanaians wear black to represent sorrow, red to represent danger, and when they wear white, it's all about happiness. Mr. President entered and he saw what was happening there. He delivered his speech. It was very beautiful. And all of a sudden, before he even started speaking, the moment he was introduced, the minority started to misbehave. They are always like that. That is why their numbers keep reducing. Micro minority. Watch what they did. The songs they sang. What they did to the President of the Republic. And when we return, we will tell you more. Watch this.
In inviting His Excellency the President to deliver his message. Your Excellency, you may do so now. Honorable members, please.
Thank you, right honorable speaker. Honorable.
It is plain and it is clear. We told you he was going to reduce the earnings of the cocoa farmers. And you see that it has happened. Atonsium, 24-hour economy, no, say atonsium. One of the major things that the president said while in opposition, seeking to become president, was that he was going to bring about what he called the 24-hour economy, where a lot of factories and outfits were going to be working non-stop for 24 hours. And these people said it will never happen. Today they turned it into a song, most of them singing off key and off chord. We told you that the 24-hour economy will not happen. You see that it is now a failure. So these are people who are excitedly singing that the nation has failed. Can they be serious? Do they have common sense? They are happy that their nation is falling down. And they are laughing. Their teeth are all showing white, except those who have smoked too much tobacco and their teeth are reddish, greenish, yellowish blue. Can you see the vibe? Can you feel it? They are excited that their country is going down the drain. If these idiots were on the Titanic and it was singing, would they be singing this song? If Ghana was the Titanic on the high seas and the captain announced to them that there was a leakage and therefore the ship was sinking to the deepest abyss, will they sing these songs? Will they be laughing? If you have people who are not patriots, this is how they behave. For a long time, we have never had a president so wise and so patriotic like John Dramani Mahama. 24-hour economy. The man has started on a very beautiful note. The pseudo prime minister of the republic in the days of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as president, Gabi Asare-Ochodako has lauded this president and said that he has done so marvelously well. He praised that he continues like this. Yet his boys are in parliament ridiculing something that is never near ridicule. Can you see the mentality? What they hate their own skin, so they wear black, that they are sad. My brother, my sister, now the cedi today as we speak is just a little over 10 Ghana cedis to $1. Unprecedented in a long while. The achievements of the second coming of the Messiah of the economy. Today everybody is saying, oh, John Dramani Mahama has done so well, except the few micro guys in parliament whose presence cannot be felt until you bring a very high-profile microscope from Galileo Galilei before you can see. It's very, very sad. Mahama sat down and you all saw him. He even smiled, and you will see more of those. We're going to show you. My brother, it looks like the opposition in our country only has one prayer. Let these people fail. Forgetting that they are also part of the failure. Once there's a failure. Can I break it down? Listen, if the arm is praying for the leg to fail, the arm should be wise enough to know that as long as the leg fails, there will not be any mobility to the source of food that will be grabbed by that hand. If it is a prayer of the mouth that the arm should fail, then the arm is being silly. As long as the arm fails, there is no way food would move from the table, even when the leg reaches there, to direct it into the mouth. I wonder if they understand this. Their prayer is that the nation should fail. They can't understand why this president is not going for loans. They are looking for a scandal by all means, using all the scientifically powerful microscopes to find these scandals. Yet it doesn't look like they are finding any. So they have to create some of these scandals in the figment of their imagination. Yes, as a figment of their imagination. Can we make progress? Come here. Now, Mr. President delivered his speech and he told them some very important things. Number one, he said, the whole of Ghana, get ready, tighten your seatbelts. We are about to go on a serious roller coaster. We are about to take a flight which would be very, very much unprecedented. Ghanaians believe him. If this was Nana Addo saying this, people would take that with a whole bag of salt, not a pinch. A pinch is too little. A whole sea of salt. They don't trust him. For the first time, Ghanaians are listening to a president who they can say they trust. Once this man says he will do it, he will do it. No wonder later, the majority side sang that song. Osi obeye. Mahama si obeye, obeye. Let's be frank and let's be true to ourselves. Are we not happy as Ghanaians the way Ghana is going? You have a foreign minister, foreign affairs minister, Okujeto Blakk, who unprecedentedly is going to negotiate the release of Ghanaian prisoners from no mean a country, but Ukraine, where bombs, the sound of guns, have become so routine that you can compare that to the frequency of air. Hallelujah. Hi! Okujeto risked his life. He flew all the way to Kiev, right there inside Ukraine. He didn't fear the Russian bombs. He never feared the Ukrainian bombs, not even the American bombs. And went there to negotiate for 2 Ghanaians to return home, prisoners of war. Such a man, if I cannot respect him and say that I am glad to belong to a country where this kind of comrade is, then I am an idiot. True. Nigerians, today I saw them on TikTok and Facebook. They are like, hey, Ghana is now America. Ghanaian leaders are now traveling, not to China, not to Dubai, but to war-torn countries like Ukraine to negotiate the release of Ghanaians who went there to fight. When I saw those videos, In fact, I felt so proud to be African, prouder. I've always been proud. And above all, in fact, I wish Kwame Nkrumah was here with us to see what the nation is experiencing. Let's not digress. John Dramani Mahama arrived in Parliament. He spoke to the people. 24-hour economy is taking off now. He told them that the Accra International Airport, they are going to now build several floors of parking space. He's turning that into Dubai. Jobs have already been created. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Now, more jobs are going to be created. He said 1 million jobs. Now they are going to create more jobs. Mahama made it clear. Opposition sat back and saw that there was nothing they could say. Because Ahenepa and Kasa, when the bees are so beautiful, my brother, so solid and so nice, they speak for themselves. Yes, in Chene and Kanfo no. Salt does not praise itself. It is the delicacy of almost everybody. That is what Mahama has become. Ghana is proud of this guy called John Dramani Mahama. But the opposition still played coward. And then, whilst they were doing all this and making all the noise, the majority in Parliament decided to remind the whole world that the biggest fugitive, can I say that word again? The biggest fugitive, Ken Ofori-Atta, is still on the run. His uncle is here. His uncle's brother is here. They are free to walk about. Is anybody surprised that Nana Addo was so strong for the 8 years that he was in power? They just got off power just after a year. Look how weak he has become. He can't even walk well anymore. You know why? A lot of these politicians, when they are in power, they steal. They feed on the nation like vampires sucking the blood. Free health, free this, free this, free this, free that. Even things that they are not supposed to get for free, they usurp that and take that for free. So when they are out of power, they miss the diplomatic life. Who else has observed this? It's the truth. Hey! Now, the majority started to show the photos of Ken Ofori-Atta. They were showing that all over the place. After the cocoa, singing all those songs. Now, Ken Ofori-Atta's photos started to show. And the majority said, we are still waiting for you to bring this fugitive. We need him in the country. Advise him to come. And he shouldn't be giving us too much problems. Whatever it is, we will look for him and bring him. This is what they said. And when it was time for Afenyo Markin, he is the minority leader in Parliament, to speak. As he was sitting there, he was already boiling with rage that Ken Ofori-Atta's photograph was shown there. Listen to what he said. The frustration with which he said what he said. He spoke for about 5 minutes. We will listen to everything. When we return, we will look at this and close the show. Watch this.
Speaker, with respect, let me thank you for the opportunity and thank Mr. President for living up to this constitutional obligation. But Mr. Speaker, what the president failed to tell the people of Ghana is that 1 year in government, he's still acting with slogans, no action. Mr. Speaker, electricity tariffs have skyrocketed and Ghanaians cannot afford electricity. We have thousands of Ghanaian youths who are, Mr. Speaker, can they be quiet and listen? Because if they misconduct themselves, we'll do the same thing to their leader. Be quiet. You can't take away my time. If you don't keep quiet and listen to me, your leader cannot speak. If you don't know, I'm telling you. Mr. Speaker, thousands of Ghanaian youths were dismissed through a letter by the Chief of Staff. It's part of the State of the Nation. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, there is a scandal looming. Security services recruitment, TribeNet, we know who brought that company to the ministry. Kama has a way. And we, the minority, will pursue the person and make sure there's full disclosure. Mr. Speaker, the cocoa farmers, they have reduced producer price and Erikopoku cannot be found. They don't care about cocoa farmers and they are here telling us inflation, macroeconomics, Mr. Speaker, Galamsey continues. Ghanaians continue to suffer under this Galamsey hardship. And we expect concrete action to be taken on Galamsey. Mr. Speaker, to conclude, our elders say, give credit where credit is due. Mr. President is telling us today that some gains have been made. Those gains through this goal for reserve. Mr. Speaker, the goal for reserve policy, what they have failed to tell Ghanaians is that the Baumia that they attack, Mr. Speaker, the Baumia that they attack, the Baumia that you attacked is the brainchild of this policy. Mr. Speaker, I would want to urge the government, give to Baumia what belongs to Baumia.
Wow. Give to Baumia what belongs to Baumia and give to Nanado what belongs to Nanado. I don't know if your ears caught what mine caught. He said that there's a certain scandal looming. It's called a TribeNet. If you listen to him further, the perpetrator of this evil is a she, an Eve, not an Adam. And that they would expose this person. Listen on. That he says that karma has a way of operating. What do you understand by that? He had just finished speaking about Kenuforiata. How they were chasing Kenuforiata. If you listen to the tape further, you will get to that point. I see you showing the photos of Kenuforiata and all that. We will make sure that this TribeNet scandal does not go free. We will jail whoever it is who is responsible for that. My brother, from where I stand, I see tit for tat. What do you think? Kenuforiata, you are running after him, right? We too, we have somebody amongst you who is a perpetrator of a certain scandal, the TribeNet. So, my brother, these politicians, from what Afenyo Makin is saying, I have a feeling that yes, we have stolen from the people of Ghana, let us go, so we can also allow you to steal. But as long as you chase Ken, we would also make sure that we catch that woman for tribe net. That's what I think he's trying to say. Instead of encouraging Ken to come home and face the trial via the laws of this country that all these guys are in there to make. Without these laws, these MPs will not be in parliament. Without the making of laws, all these MPs will be useless. They are there to make laws and more. Now, if somebody is evasive of the law, and you are trying to protect the person, you are poo-pooing on the same laws that you are making. It doesn't make sense. Now, Afenyo Makin says that some Baumia policies help the nation reach where it is right now. For all the 8 years, why didn't all the wonderful policies come into fruition? Why did they need 32 years for that to happen? Don't give credit to who credit is not due. They are angry that Mahama is without any blemish. They are angry that Mahama has no scandal around him. And look at what they wrote on their mufflers. Koko Ikwiafo. Yenhuaye Mobododo. They are quoting Nana Addo. Nana Addo. These were his favorite lines. Yenhuaye Mobododo. Yenhuaye Mobododo. We are going through pain. We have become victims of sympathy and so on and so forth. When he had power for 8 years, what was his achievement? He reduced his party's number in parliament to the abysmal number we see now. He has made his party so useless to the point that they are not even proud to call themselves NPP members anymore. Mahama has totally silenced all these people with the work that he's doing. As for the minority jokers in parliament, led by the chief comedian, Afenyo Makin, they can tickle themselves and laugh for as much as they want. They can wear all the circus costume that they want. They can carry all the cocoa they want from the cocoa farms. The cocoa industry that they destroyed before leaving power. They are not even ashamed. They carry the cocoa to the Parliament House. Well, to John Dramani Mahama, I want to say thank you so much for a beautiful State of the Nation address. I want to say thank you so much for giving the Ghanaian new hope. I want to say thank you so much, Mr. President. You have brought the eyes of the world to this country. I want to say thank you so much, Mr. President, for making the Ghanaian a new human being one more time. And above all, Mr. President, continue doing this good for the nation. After all, your eyes are just fixated on nothing but a good legacy for the nation. We love you. We appreciate you. And we want to say Aiko is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we'll be done. Hey ya! Hey yo! Woyo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blackpot. Kokusho.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonema. And here we speak truth to power. And remember, here we don't criticize. But if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Now do me a favor. Please subscribe to the channel. We are called Black Empire Media. Share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. Okay? This is the headquarters of the truth. And we love it. Come here. Now, without much ado, my brother, my sister, this is the final story. And I need you to open your ears and eyes, because this is going to be more than interesting. If you're ready, come along. Come here. Come here. Story number 3. Watch this. KUMASI ASHAWO president threatens to expose KMA boss. This is hot, isn't it? Now, yesterday we brought you a story about my own very good brethren, King Zuba, Kwesi Ofori, Bwedi. This is the man we're talking about. In the media space, we simply call him King Zuba. He's a lover of reggae music and a very brilliant media person. He is the mayor of KUMASI. When he came into power, he started a radical action. There was a gentleman who was the mayor of KUMASI when I was a little boy attending school at T.I. Ahmadiya Secondary School. He was called Kwesi Agyeman. And Kwesi Agyeman was a favorite of J.J. Rollins. Kwesi Agyeman was from the Royal Palace, Manshia. And he was even being considered for Asante. Mr. J.J. Rollins was not happy that he did not ascend to the throne of Asante. But he was the mayor of KUMASI. No mayor of KUMASI has ever turned heads like that mayor called Kwesi Agyeman. He injected the people of KUMASI with the fear of God. Anytime he was coming into KJTIA, people were virtually running helter-skelter. He was a man who was seen to be no nonsense. This is not the first time KUMASI is seeing this kind of radical action. when King Zuba Kwesofori became the mayor, he exuded the resilience of that mayor, Kwesi Agyeman, Nana Kwesi Agyeman. And you know what happened? First and foremost, he warned Kumasi that any stray animal, he will run after that animal and make sure that he will slaughter that animal, kill that animal. So people should keep their animal. This is Nana Kwesi Agyeman, the former mayor of Kumasi, a long time ago. He's now gone into eternity. My brother, my sister, he was a terror. He was a wild guy. And his closeness with Rawlings protected him even the more and put fear into so many different people. Kwesi Agyeman. Oh my God. That's it. Now hear this. King Zuba, aka Kwesofori, after threatening to chase animals off the streets of Kumasi by killing them, animal writers like us spoke to him about it, and that decision was rescinded. We told you this yesterday, correct? The next thing he did was to chase away all the people hanging around on the pavements of the CBD. My brother, my sister, of Kumasi, Keyetia, Central Business District. All right? People criticized him a lot. Some people were arrested for just walking on the pavement and doing nothing. Some selling wares there and things like that. The next thing he said he would do was to stop the ASHAWO business right there in Kumasi. And he gave two reasons. Number one, the Garden City is a cultural place of a very serious ancient energy and heritage. And for that matter, ASHAWO should not be part of this region. And ASHAWO is prostitution. African parlance, okay? That was what he said. And the moment he mentioned this, he added that diseases were fast spreading. And above all, Kumasi was becoming the citadel of ASHAWO, aka prostitution. Accra prostitutes are now finding their way into Kumasi because there are more people in Kumasi who are ready to patronize their business. In Accra, people are getting crazy about jobs. They are too hot to think about this thing. But in Kumasi, the Garden City is giving them enough shade from the sun. Therefore, they have time to think about eroticism. My brother, my sister, that was what he said. And first and foremost, the ASHAWO Customers Association of Kumasi, ACAC, chased him and said, don't try it. We are ready for you. You would see. Don't do it. They help us stay away from rape and other such things. But when we spoke with him yesterday, you heard him tell us that he and his regional minister have come together. With the help of the Asante, they'll be able to eradicate this ASHAWO trade. People were coming from so many different countries, and they were part of the ASHAWO business right there in Kumasi. Something new has happened. Come here. Watch this. Now, after the ASHAWO Customers Association of Kumasi, ACAC, attacked the mayor, the ASHAWO president herself is angry. On behalf of all ASHAWO in Kumasi, she presented a petition to the mayor of Kumasi. And please, viewers' discretion should be applied. Run it, my youth. And watch this. It is interesting. It says, press release. Halt your planned operations now or face our wrath. ASHAWO vanguards. They are called ASHAWO vanguards. The other group is called ACAC. ASHAWO Customers Association of Kumasi. This is ASHAWO vanguards. And it's written and signed by Akosua Toronto. She's the president of the ASHAWO vanguards, Kumasi. And the letter is out. It says, we ASHAWO vanguards in the Kumasi metropolis are with immediate effect calling on the mayor of Kumasi, Mr. Richard Oforia Jimambwedi, to immediately halt his plans to invade our operational territory. Our intelligence has revealed that the KMA boss is planning to launch a vitriolic attack on our members to disrupt the services we render to the public. This is unacceptable and a wicked attempt to prevent married and unmarried men from enjoying our Pukki. Pukki, P-U-K-K-Y. I don't know what it is. I don't think I've seen it before. We are hereby serving notice to him to desist from his vile plans to face the music squarely by putting out names, and this is the most important part of the thing, by putting out names of top politicians and CEOs who on daily basis patronize us. They're going to expose the party that put the KMA boss there as the mayor. They are going to mention the names of top politicians and CEOs who have been enjoying their Pukki. Big warning. We want to categorically state that if his actions are not halted immediately, we will start mentioning some names of his workers. His workers in the metropolis who are in bed with us. Hallelujah. His own workers. The services we provide, the people of Asafo, Ashtown, Ahonjo, and Edum are highly patronized, and therefore we need to continue to satisfy them accordingly with our sweet Tokro Abwajise. Tokro is a hole. Abwajise is a beard. So a hole that has a beard. Tokro Abwajise. And it's signed. And the name is Akosua Toronto, the president of ASHAWO vanguards, Kumasi, sent to the office of the KMA boss. My brother, my sister, I spoke with him and he said, dash it away. He said, Blakk, this is serious. They are threatening to reveal names of CEOs, politicians. Whether it is true that these people have done it or not, people's names will be smeared. That is why we have decided to hold back, so that we'll take the right steps to protect people, especially the innocent ones. Out of anger, these people could just come out and say, Kweku Mensah, John Doe, minister of this, minister of that. Hey, this has been happening. But my brother, the ASHAWO vanguards say they have evidence. Text messages, recorded phone messages, photographs. Will this stop the Kumasi mayor, Kwesi Ofori Ajimambwedi, aka King Zuba, from pursuing this slippery road? would he still come out and insist that ASHAWO should be ended in Kumasi? It doesn't look like Kosua Toronto is joking. My brother, my sister, the KMA boss has stepped back. He said he has never been attacked for trying to bring up a certain developmental idea like this one. He has never had any pushback to any of the policies, any of the ideas that he brought up for the metropolis like this one. My brother, my sister, what do you think is the Blakk Pot? AKA Kukushodemo. And here, we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you and we love you. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Oh, yes. Maybe you have a story you want us to also follow up on. We are most excited to do that. And above all, the weekend is here. Please share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. And remember, the next shower you have, don't forget, Tesori d'Oriente. Make every shower matter. Go on that royal journey with Tesori d'Oriente. It is soft, it is smooth, it is silky, and it has a long-lasting oriental fragrance. It's rich in lather and is so foamy. What do you want? Tell me the flavor you want. Is it the royal oud? Or you want the Russian dream? Maybe you want the forest therapy. Maybe you want the karma. Oh Lord. Use Tesori d'Oriente. It's premium quality, made affordable, and is distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. For bulk purchases and enquiries, please call Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599 as you see on the screen. I use Tesori d'Oriente, a little bit of it, and the bath is already full of lather and foam. It takes blemishes of the skin away and it nourishes your skin, and you can feel my skin. Okay? Tesori d'Oriente, and it smells like heaven. Yes. Pick up the numbers and call Daddy Ash for enquiries and also for bulk purchases. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA, and I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. Let's look at your comments and we're done for the day. All right? Remember to subscribe to the channel. We are called Black Empire Media and we love you. Yesterday, something interesting happened. A lady called us, I think from Navrongo, right? Navrongo. What's the name? I'll try to remember, okay? Try to remember. And, you know, her problem was that her husband was spending so much time with the Blakk Pot, you know, and would not have too much time for her, all right? And therefore, she called our line, and she had taken her husband's phone. He was probably in the bathroom, and she called us. So we suggested that, okay, don't worry, man. When your husband comes out of the bathroom, let's know so that we'll speak with him. And when the husband came out, she called us and we spoke with the husband. And he said, well, it's true, but, you know, I give her time, but she wants more time. But I love the show, you know. We are excited to know that, please pass me the, you know, we are excited to know that this is what it is. And we are most grateful to you for supporting us. I'm just trying to check out the name so that we'll be able to send shout-outs to the family out there in Navrongo. Oh, yes. Yeah, man. How many more people are enjoying the show? How many more people are loving the action? And how many more businesses are coming? My brother, my sister, we love you. His name is Bugasi Philip. Bugasi Philip. That's the name of the husband. And the woman is Mrs. Bugasi. We love you, and you are all the way in Navrongo, but you live in Tamale. Okay? We appreciate you and we love you. Thank you so much, and continue loving the Black Port, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. We're excited that we've moved from one level to the other, where people have decided to make this one of their daily routines. We love you. All right, so let's look at the comments, and we're done for the day. Okay? Okay, so Benazu says it's time. Bawa Uwa says, welcome back, the Black Port. Nana Ogum Power says, my greetings to the spiritual president, Chief Kamshina Zaid. More fire. So Glow Richard says, greetings, Black. Jason Straff says, ha ha ha, fire, yeah. Pate. Steven says, Gua, Black Port. Kukushu. Okay. All right. More comments coming in. Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta, come here. This is the Mecca of the truth. Dash it away. Isa Jesus says, hello, Black Rasta, watching you from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Keep your good work in place. We appreciate your good work. That's why we are always with you. Every evening, may you live long. Power, power, power. Black Rasta, thank you so much. And Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta, may the spirits of our ancestors continue to protect you, the team and all the patriots of truth who are gathered here. Thank you. We appreciate you. Kamshina Zay said, Black Rasta Juma Mubarak to all Black Empire Media family. Amua fire. Okay. Nasara Bugri says, Mbabugumbiane. Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta. Our country or nothing. Patriotism is our way of life. Salute of patriotism. Mami Mary says, watching from the USA. Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta, any updates on Akpalu? Paul Adumochri and Kofi Juma of Gihok. Well, let's see what happens next week. Maybe we'll have something, all right, that we can put out. Pandipa Bank says, Black, this is my first time seeing you wearing a t-shirt. Yeah. Really? Okay, normally I have a gown over it. All right? That's a t-shirt with a beautiful Kente African map on there. Okay? All right, man. More comments coming in. Send them via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. Nikoche says, hello, Rasta. Please, were your expectations met by the president Sona? Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Fuos Ovi Omoto says, Black Rasta, you are great, bro. Thank you. Maxwell Kukruko Kwamla says, Black Rasta, you are the most trusted journalist. Salute of patriotism. Jonathan Alasan says, my big brother Black, His Excellency Traoré is my second God. I love you all. Nikuche says, please, is there any president or political leader without a spiritual father? Okay, it's a question for the gods. More comments coming in. Send them via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. Conscious Agbe Menu Awosu says, greetings, greetings, greetings. Fire. It's been a long time, Conscious, since you commented, okay? Keith Daniels says, hello, Black, come here. Watch this. Fire. Huayoy. Watching from Atlanta, USA. And Dabre Freeman says, wow. All right. And then Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta, the atrocities committed by these our leaders who call themselves democratically elected are unprecedented and sometimes even worse than the military leaders. The 8 years and Nana Addo, we saw open shooting of people in the Chiman South. We saw journalists being arrested. Ghanaians were not allowed to demonstrate and more. So why do we paint military leaders as bad people? Is Ibrahim Traoré not doing the best for his people? If those we elect through the ballot boxes stop the corruption and looting and share, then the coups would also stop. Well, we don't support coups. Yes, some military leaders could be good, but a lot of them are bad. Again, we should be able to remove anybody we bring in through the ballot box, whether their tenure of office is up or not. That should be activated, like we have in the United States, and a vote of no confidence that will take you out. Abdul Mumin Dawood Barrister says, yo, peace. More comments? Suleimana, journalist, says they even have their shipping hard behind the factory. Okay, the shipping yard behind the factory where they normally park their cars and after receiving them from the port, and goods after receiving them from the port. Okay, so Suleiman, a journalist, is talking about the factory. Yes, maybe he didn't know it was a factory, but he's saying that they even have their shipping yard behind the factory where they normally park their cars and goods after receiving them from the port. Wow. Agova Wisdom says, greetings, Black Rasta. Watch this. Come here. Dash it away. Kukushu. This is Wheezy watching you from Miocho live. In fact, I can't stay without watching you, even though I am at Post Black. Wow. Thank you so much. And even our brethren outside America, England, Dubai, where when you are working, you are not supposed to, be looking at your phone. They just pocket the phones and then they use the earpiece and listen to this show. Time after time, they watch and see what exactly is happening. We don't take your time for granted. We love you. This is our country or nothing. Okay? Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun says, good evening, Black Rasta. More fire. David J says, fire. Yeah. Bajro Israel says, I am watching you from Ghana, Volta region. Thank you. Amato Michael says, hey, our country or nothing. Great man Burobantan says, good over evil. Ali Jibril says, someone was born to Nigerian parents in Ghana. The parents all died in Ghana. The person went to school in Ghana till secondary level, and still he was denied a Ghana card, suggesting he is a foreigner. Well, to be born in Ghana, you automatically qualify to be registered Ghanaian. So I don't know what happened. Let's find out exactly what the problem is. If he has a birth certificate, there shouldn't be a reason they would deny him a Ghanaian passport. Okay? David J says, watching you live from Wembley, London. Ali Jibril says, Black, what can you say about this? About what? Okay, that's what we said. If he has the birth certificate, let him call the number and send us the birth certificate. We'll make sure he gets his Ghanaian passport. Okay? David J says, dash it away. And Ali Jibril says, is he really a foreigner? No African is a foreigner in Africa. Okay? Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Black. Testimony 1 says, watching you live from the UK. Keep up the good work from Mose. Mose, how are you doing? Raskaba says, assalamu alaikum, my big brother, Black Rasta himself. Okay? More respect to you. And I pray that the Almighty Allah keeps protecting and guiding you always, inshallah. Abuga Adam says, watching you live from South Africa. Ameto Michael says, Black, your outfit is on top. I will come for it. No problem, man. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun. So when did the Attorney General discover that the chairs were stolen from the office? It's like the thief stealing from the police station. What office? That office is just a joke. Well, when did Attorney General? I don't think we said Attorney General said it. We are saying that that was what the guy did when he was leaving. He carried all the chairs away and the furnishings. Okay? Raskaba says, watching you live from Spain, Barcelona. Long live the Black Port, more fire. Alberto Michael says, on TikTok, we keep ticking and talking with the hands of patriotism. All right? More comments and we'll be done for the day. Charlotte Agbeka says, Black Rasta, I like your outfit. I want that in women. Wow. Problem? Come for it. Come for it. Yeah, come for it. I'll give it to you. Okay? Gold Shield says, watching live from Birmingham, UK. Now we tune out of the news when it's 6:30 p.m. to watch your show. More fire. Wow. Did you hear that? They kaput all the news in the world and they're here. The moment they see the notification. Kick. All other news. Yamutu. Thank you. Amateur Michael says, let's gather behind Tesori Doriente. We need your support. Thank you. Wani Boy says, good evening, my professor. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Idrisu Shamsu says, Black, I'm watching you live from Maryland, Baltimore. Keep the good work going. Emmanuel Ania says, Black, your outfit is on fire. And he says, Black, any updates on Dr. Sledge? Yeah, we have a little bit of updates. Let's do that coming week, okay? And Mary Nanjo says, hello, Blakk Rasta, my big brother. Happy to be in class with you again in your patriotic school. Blakk, I have some concerns. And want you and fellow classmates to hear me out and think deep about our world. And then Celso Barrow says, Ibrahim Traoré is a son, making sure that his motherland doesn't get abused by anyone. Weak sons allow their mothers to be abused, and a strong son will defend their mother at any cost. Salute. Patriotism. We'll take the last slide and we are done for the day, okay? Celso Barrow says Marcus Garvey's dream is about to be accomplished by Ibrahim Traoré. J. Isaac says, God bless you, my brother. Emmanuel Ania says, it saddens my soul to see people, dads and moms disgrace themselves in parliament, all in the name of politics. These NPP MPs are just a bunch of ... Celso Barrow says, you can kill the messenger, but you can't kill the message. Thank you. Denzel and Chanel. This is a big shift happening to all Africans except a certain people in Ghana who wish we don't develop. Henry Atia says, welcome. Happy to hear your voice this evening. Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, how sure are you that Edu Boyin and the rest will be jailed? It seems I am not seeing any action from the authorities anymore. More action coming up. Just open your eyes and your ears. You will see. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekon. Why can all African presidents learn some sense from Ibrahim Traoré? He is a genius. Okay? Well, it looks like this is where we'll bring everything to an end. We want to say thank you. We appreciate you and we love you. It's a very beautiful Friday. Over the weekend, take time and go through, what we have done so far and share the stories so many more people can be part of this. In the interim, I want to love you. I want to bless you. I want to just hug you. And I just want to say thank you so much for supporting Black Empire Media. We want to say thank you for supporting the Black Pot Cuckoo Show. We are so proud of you. And we will never, ever let you down. Our country or nothing, not to pay ye, rien. Hey ya, hey you, wayo. Come on.